You're live.
Hi, folks. Good evening, and welcome to the Board of Wardens of Scottsburg, Indiana, on August the 24th, 2020, the year of our Lord, on a warm day here in Scottsburg, 91 degrees. So if you're a little cold, you're visiting us from Minnesota, come on in. And, so we're going to have a Board of Works meeting. Well, let's have a call to order. So we're doing that now, calling our meeting to order. Plug the roll call first. Here. Let's have approval of the minutes of the August 10th meeting. If you've read the minutes and see any corrections that need to be had, we will take either a motion to approve the minutes as presented or any corrections that need to be made.
I'll make a motion we approve the minutes.
Tom Lewis makes a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Brishis seconds. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Those like sign. We are trying to be right into the mics, folks, so you can see us and hear us. Last time I know we had some folks that we couldn't hear you, we could see you, but we don't do sign language well. So tonight we want to make it very clear for you. Okay, going on to, let's go to the department heads next. Let's begin with our one and only Chief Zellers, Scottsburg PD.
Everything's good.
Everything good, Chief?
Everything's good.
All calm in the city.
No, everything's good.
Again, wanting to applaud you, Scottsburg PD is aggressive on the streets and patrolling the streets every day. We have a patrol car on the streets every day and going up and down. So 7 days a week, folks, Scottsburg PD is patrolling. So we want to thank Chief Zellers for that, for the protection that he and his officers provide to the citizens of Scottsburg. So thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any concerns at all?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have one of our utility ladies who's in charge of the entire department, Leslie Dixon.
Hi guys, all I had for you guys today were the sewer adjustments that Karen and Tom have already signed off on, and then I just need your signature, Mayor, and I'll be good to go.
If you didn't hear that, she's saying what she has is the sewer adjustments. Are those sewer adjustments due to broken pipes or filling pools?
Both. You'll see,
Both?
there's a handful of them in there. You'll just have to sign off on each of them.
For those of you who did not hear her at home, that's what she was presenting. So then the Board of Works members will look at these and then sign off those. Do you have anything else for us, Ms. Bixler?
Not today.
Everything hunky-dory?
Yep, all is well.
What about anybody that is late on their utility bill due to this COVID-19? What are you doing about that?
Anybody that is late, beginning next month in September, we are going to start charging the late fees again and begin disconnects after the 25th. So if anybody is past due, you'll definitely want to contact the utility office.
Wait a minute, let me stop. Give them mic. The folks at home are not going to be able to hear you. Oh, there it is.
All right. Mary,
Hallelujah.
anybody that is past due on their utility bill is welcome to call and make arrangements with the utility office. We will not begin doing disconnects until after September 25th. So we'll mail out the September bills. If you haven't paid, you'll get a disconnect notice in the mail like you previously would have, and late fees will accrue. And then disconnects will begin on the 28th of September. So just give us a call. We're going to work with everybody on getting back on track. You guys did approve at the last meeting that we could extend payment arrangements up to 6 months if the customer needed that. So we do plan on working with everybody to get back on track and get their balances taken care of.
So I've had several folks call me and say, am I going to be disconnected on the 27th of this month? So you're right for our utility department ahead. There was no disconnects for this month, but in September there will be. So please contact the utility department. One of the secrets, folks, is communication. So please be communicative with us. Let us know what's going on. We're here to help you. We're here to work with you. We will work out payment plans. So we want to be there for you. What else do you have for us?
Just so you know, I am planning on putting something out on Facebook tomorrow. I've got some graphics made to let everybody know that we are making payment plans and ready to work with everybody to get back on track. So we'll get that word spread via Facebook on the bottom of our utility bills and that sort of thing. So people are aware they have a month now to get prepared and get things taken care of.
So folks, if you're on Facebook, check the City of Scottsburg Facebook site. If you don't have Facebook, call the one and only Let's leave it. Thank you very much. What other department head do we have here?
Mayor, I just need to ask the board to ratify the phone vote that we had last week where I called you in regards to hiring Raymond Rutherford part-time at the animal shelter. I had received an affirmative vote from every board member, but we need to ratify that here since that was a phone vote.
Need a motion?
Yes.
I'll make the motion that you ratify hiring.
Tom Lewis makes a motion to ratify.
Hiring Raymond Rutherford part-time at the animal shelter.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Bishop seconds. Questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign? Hearing none, so moved.
That's all I have.
Okay. Anything else? I'm gonna ask the clerk treasurer, Jan, or anything else you're aware of? Okay, sorry, I have nothing. So let's go down to new business. New business this evening is going to feature Jill Segesser on administrative services. So can she have the microphone? Folks, it's being wiped out as well, so we're trying to be COVID-19.
Thank you. I'm here to discuss in the last meeting that we discussed the city's grant from EDA,
Yes.
revolving loan fund grant from EDA. And now we're at the next step where the clerk treasurer's office, had sent out some requests for quotes for administrative services. And those quotes were due today at noon. And there were 3 requests for quotes that were submitted. And one did not respond. Another responded with it, basically what I would call thanks, but no thanks. We don't have the capacity to do that right now. And I know a lot of the organizations that normally do this are very taxed right now with their own, excuse me. And so the third was from the Wheatley Group. It was in the amount of $50,000. That is the amount that EDA had given me to do that service. And that's good for a 2-year period or until the end of the disbursement period. And the reason I say at the end of the disbursement period, if the city is lucky enough to be able to loan that $500,000 out prior to the 2-year deadline, then that would be the end of the disbursement period.
Okay, fine.
So what I'm asking is if the board of works would give the mayor the authorization to award that agreement once your attorney has looked it over. The reason I'm asking that now is there are certain things that have to be submitted to EDA within 60 days of the award. The award was July 27th. So even though the 60 days won't be until the end of September, it would be best if we get started on some of those things sooner rather than later.
I totally agree with that. So we'll need a motion then to put forward that the Wheatley Group put forward the award of the administrative services for $50,000 but you have to report different things that.
There's it's a 2 or 3 page scope of work that would be part of that agreement. There would be financial reporting, progress reporting, other financial reporting on the loans themselves in the portfolio, progress reports. EDA wants the city to report every 6 months on how you're doing and whether you're meeting your administrative services plan. Also financial reports for if you've drawn down the money, whether you've spent those. There are a couple of different financial reports that are due. There's also an administrative, a grant administration plan that is due within the 60 days, but that would be part of the scope of work. And the big piece of that, along with marketing the program, is also working with those businesses that are receiving loans to make sure that we have a write-up that EDA has to approve each of these loans that go out. There has to be a write-up with them. And in particular, if you have one that is construction related, then there are environmental review requirements that are, we have to contact State Historic Preservation Office to make sure that they're not doing something in an area that may be a architectural area or a cemetery or something of that matter, we have to get sign off on that as well as federal wages. And there has to be some checking and compliance. So all of that, along with some other things, are rolled into that administrative services to where the clerk treasurer's office doesn't have to handle that.
Thank you, thank you. Do I have a motion then to put forward?
Are all the powers that be satisfied with this now?
Fine, yeah, I mean, I've met personally with Wheatley Group on multiple times. They're a very strong company, very, very strong company. They know these rules inside and out, so we are very comfortable with having going forward with Wheatley Group. Absolutely.
And if I could add to that, in the last, probably since 1994, I have either managed or overseen the management of the existing revolving loan fund since 1994.
I'll make a motion we, mayor authority to sign.
Yep. Tom Lewis makes a motion to go forward, to put forward, for me to sign the agreement with the Wheatley Group for Administrative Services regarding the $500,000 EPA grant. Once approved by the attorney. Okay. Is there a second? Karen Gracious seconds. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign? So moved. Thank you. We now have, second on our notice here is the Lifelong Learning Center lease agreement, which is in your packet. Let me just give you a little information about this. This is with Miss Amy Mullins. Miss Amy Mullins has basically a learning center for children and a daycare for areas, and she was been housed at Highland Elementary. And Highland Elementary is growing and needed those rooms. So Miss Amy was looking for space. The city offered her several places. She's finally found a place out in Vienna at one of the churches that will accommodate all of her needs with cafeteria, restrooms, a lot of playground area, not a lot of traffic that can interfere with kiddos. So, but there's been a problem in that they have to pass several things the state requires. So, in order to accommodate the school and accommodate Miss Amy, we are giving her space, we're renting her space on a month-to-month basis and at the Lifelong Learning Center. So, that's what's going on. So, this is basically a month-to-month lease agreement. She may be there 2 months, she may be there 3 months, but that's what this is. So we would ask the Board of Works to put forth the motion to enter into this lease agreement with Ms. Mullins on a month-to-month basis. Have a motion for that.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Tom Lewis makes a motion. Is there a second? Second by Karen Richards. Now, what questions do you have? Hearing none? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign? So moved. Next thing we have is a resolution to approve a 2020 R2 to fund appraisal for real estate owned by the city of Scottsburg. And this property, yes, this is a property that is just north of this facility here. The city owns 20 acres. That is right behind motels, right behind the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and right in front of us. There's 20 acres going across there. We have a lot of interest in commercial ventures, and so we need to get a price as to what this property is worth. So I'm asking you for a 2020 R2 resolution to appoint two appraisers who's, so we can get a fair market value on this property.
So the sale is dependent on appraisers or the sale occur.
There's no sale involved here at this point. I need to get the value. We have multiple entities wanting to know what we want for the property. At this point, I don't know. Josh is saying Mayor, you gotta get the date.
Yeah, we can't even do that. It's my understanding from a phone call last week that we may even receive an offer from. And that's great, but under law, we have to have a value for we even know it's something we want to entertain. And specifically on this, I think Carrie's kind of been in the lead on this the most. The specific resolution is 28. The city owns a lot more than that around here. But I think that, Mayor, correct me if I'm wrong, that 20 acres is what fronts directly on lake. Is that right?
That's correct. That's correct.
So that is what we were specifically.
John, can you hear him okay?
So with the property, any of the other property we own be blocked by selling this property?
We would not let that happen.
I didn't hear the question.
We would still maintain a right of way to the property behind this property. That's on the road.
Yes, yes, we will. Yeah, for sure.
I'll make a motion to go ahead with the appraisals.
Tom Lewis makes a motion to go forward with the appraisals of the property so described. Is there a second? Karen Richards makes a second. Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. So passed. Claims? What questions do we have on claims? Hearing none, we will all sign the claims. What announcements do we have? Let's see.
I need a motion to accept the claims as presented.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the claims as presented.
I so move.
Tom Lewis moves. Is there a second? Karen Richards seconds. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. So moved. Claims are approved and signed, all except for my signature. So I will sign them shortly. What announcements do we have? Hearing none. Folks, thank you for joining in tonight on the business. In another 40 minutes, you'll be able to see City Council coming to you live, and we do have some announcements there regarding the lake and other areas of interest for you. So tune back in at 6:30. Thank you so much. See you soon. Have a motion to adjourn. Karen? Karen makes a motion to adjourn. We're adjourned. Thank you so very much. Thank you, folks.